The Israelites were sad. They were slaves in Egypt. Pharaoh was a mean man. He made the Israelites build big buildings. They worked long hours. The sun was hot. Their backs were sore. Life was hard. The Israelites cried to God. "Please help us," they prayed. God heard their prayers. He had a plan. One day a baby boy was born. His mother was an Israelite. She loved him very much. She knew Pharaoh was dangerous. Pharaoh had ordered all baby boys to be killed. The mother wanted to save her baby.
She hid him in a basket. She put the basket in the Nile River. Pharaoh's daughter found the baby. She named him Moses. She raised him as her own son.
Moses grew up in the land of Egypt, raised in the Pharaoh's palace. He was educated in all the wisdom of the Egyptians and was powerful in speech and action. But deep inside, he felt a connection to his Hebrew roots. One day, while tending to his father-in-law's flock in the wilderness, he saw a bush in the distance. The bush was on fire. Flames danced around it, yet the bush was not consumed. Intrigued and curious, Moses went closer to investigate this strange sight. As he approached, he heard a voice calling out to him from the bush.
"Moses, Moses, I am God, the God of your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have chosen you for a great mission. You will lead my people, the Israelites, out of their bondage in Egypt and into a land flowing with milk and honey."
Moses was scared and overwhelmed by the enormity of the task before him.
But God, I can't do that. I'm not eloquent and I'm slow of speech and tongue.
Don't be afraid, Moses. I will be with you every step of the way. I will teach you what to say and guide you in your actions. My presence will go with you and I will give you rest. Trust in me and you will see wonders.
Moses trusted God, feeling a sense of peace and purpose. He knew that with God's help, he could accomplish the impossible. With newfound confidence and determination, Moses set out to fulfill his divine mission, ready to lead his people to freedom. Moses went to Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, with a divine mission.
"Let my people go!" Moses demanded with unwavering determination, holding his staff firmly.
Pharaoh laughed, dismissing Moses' plea as a mere joke, confident in his power.
No. Pharaoh's voice echoed through the grand hall, his refusal absolute.
God sent 10 plagues to Egypt, each more devastating than the last, to show his power. The Nile River turned to blood, a horrifying sight. Frogs hopped everywhere, invading homes and fields. Locusts.
This video was proudly sponsored by Gologen, GoLogan, the best browser for multi-accounting. That was a brief moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to our video.
Swarmed the land, devouring all the crops, leaving nothing behind. But Pharaoh was stubborn. He still refused to let the Israelites go. His heart hardened against their suffering. Finally, God sent the 10th plague, the most dreadful of all. It was the worst plague of all. The angel of death passed over Egypt, bringing sorrow and despair. The firstborn son of every Egyptian family died, a tragedy that struck the heart of Pharaoh. Heartbroken and defeated, Pharaoh finally agreed to let the Israelites go, ending their long captivity. The Israelites left Egypt. After years of suffering and enslavement, they finally broke free from the chains that bound them. The Exodus was a monumental event, a turning point in their history. They were free at last. The air was filled with joy and relief as they celebrated their newfound freedom. The desert echoed with their songs of liberation. They followed Moses into the wilderness. Moses, their chosen leader, guided them with unwavering faith. He was a beacon of hope in the vast, unforgiving desert. God led them with a pillar of cloud by day. This divine sign was a constant reminder of his presence, guiding them through the scorching heat and endless sands, and a pillar of fire by night. The fiery pillar illuminated their path, providing warmth and protection in the cold, dark nights. God parted the Red Sea so they could cross. This miraculous event showcased his power and ensured their escape from the pursuing Egyptian forces. He provided them with food from heaven called manna. This heavenly sustenance fell from the sky, nourishing them in the barren wilderness. Their journey was long and difficult. The harsh desert environment tested their endurance and faith, but they pressed on, driven by the promise of a better future. but God was always with them. His divine light shone upon them, offering protection and guidance every step of the way. He protected them and provided for them. In the midst of their trials, God ensured they had food, water, and shelter, sustaining them through their arduous journey. The Israelites learned to trust God. He was their God. Through their trials, they grew in faith and understanding, realizing that He was their constant protector and provider, and He would never let them go. United in faith and hope, they looked forward with determination, knowing that their God would always be with them, guiding and protecting them on their journey.